Hey guys, so it's late and I was finishing up your pretest and I was doing it on Schoology and I just really didn't like the way it worked out, that it didn't tell you why the answers were the answers they were. So I decided to make these videos real quick. Okay, so when we're talking about the formulas, the distance formula is D equals, and it's the square root of x squared minus x1, that's in parentheses, it's got to be squared, plus y2 minus y1, also in parentheses, it has to be squared. So you would subtract your x's first, subtract your y's, then you would square and you'd square, then you'd add them together, and then you'd take the square root. The other one that I showed my kids is it could be the change in x squared plus the change in y squared. You see how much x value changes, how much does the y value change? Square both of those, add them together, and take the square root. Okay, so that is the distance formula. The slope formula, there's three of them. There's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That works. You can also look at the change in y over the change in x, or you could use rise over run. Now you really use these in different places. You use this one when you have coordinates given to you. You use this one when you have tables given to you. And you use this one when you have a graph. And they're easier at different times. I personally prefer this one over this one. That's just me. That's how my mind works. I like this one a lot better than I like this one. The twos and the ones and all that stuff just kind of mess with me. Last thing we talked about, or last thing we're going to talk about, is midpoint. Midpoint is where you take your x values and add them up and divide by 2. You take your y values, you add them up and divide by 2. And that new coordinate is your midpoint. So like 3 plus 8 would be 11, divided by 2 would be 5.5. 5 plus 2 would be 7, divided by 2 would be 3.5. So your point would be 5.5, 3.5. All right, so that's the formulas that are on your test. I'm going to make another videos for slope, another video for distance, and another video for midpoint.